from vacation. I don't really know what's going on in the world because I was pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. To give you an idea, I was an hour and a half away from the closest AMC, so I could not go see the new F1 movie, and I was pretty sad about that.
It's a bummer.
Tear. But anyway, so I thought we would start off with a happy topic, just getting back into the groove of things. It's been 3 weeks, the world's on fire, I guess. So let's yeah, something that's not going to like make us all super depressed. So, anyways, large scale layoffs have been happening across like the gaming division of Microsoft. Um in total, Microsoft has laid off recently about 9,000 employees. Um this also means the cancellation of 2 high-profile games that have been in development for a very long time. Rare's Everwild and the initiative's reboot of Perfect Dark. Alex, have you heard of these games? Were you waiting for these
I
games?
was not particularly waiting for these games. Perfect Dark is a classic series that they used to have. I was kind of looking forward to a reboot of it. I'd heard of it, but I wasn't like jumping over the world about it. I don't know anything about it. Rare is dead. Like, I hate to say it, but Rare as a studio is toast.
Well, also, the Initiative studio was shut down. This studio was formed back in 2018, and they actually never released a video game. Other companies hit hard with layoffs recently. Blizzard, Call of Duty's developer, Raven Software. They're currently working on Black Ops 7. Forza Motorsport developer Turn 10 laid off close to 50% of their employees. Elder Scrolls Online developer Zenimax with a Z, online studios canceled an unannounced, massively kind of exciting multiplayer game. Supposedly, I don't know, they didn't announce it, but Doom creator John Romero was working on a new first-person shooter game, apparently for Microsoft, which has lost funding, meaning we will probably never see it. But yeah, everything that I just listed has been owned and operated by Microsoft. So I ask this question to you: why is Microsoft buying like half of the gaming market just to kill anything? Or are they even good at running gaming studios? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna start with your second question first, and the answer is: are they good at running game studios? No. Case in point was Bungie,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Bungie 343. I don't know how that whole back and forth with all those mother. Anyway, no, they're not good at running gaming studios. They're just not. And I don't know what's happening over at Xbox. I saw some of the strategy when they were like, again, they were buying up Bethesda. They're buying up all this stuff. Like, okay, we're going to do this with Xbox, and we're going on this live journey. And I, for a long time, was a proponent of Xbox Game Pass. Okay. For a long time, I was a proponent of it. I thought it was a great deal. I don't anymore. Um, I don't know what they're doing over at the Xbox division. Um, it boggles the mind. I don't know what the strategy is. There seems to be no rhyme or reason for it. Um, I I really can't. I can't put it all together. Now, it may have something to do with this, and I brought this article up on IGN, and I thought about what we were going to do as a separate segment, but you know what? Now I think we'll just loop it in here. IGN, oops, hang on, let me fix one thing real quick.
Uh,
IGN has basically said that Gen Z, well, it's an article, basically, younger Americans are spending way less money on video games, 25% less on video games than this year than last year. Now, without, no, never mind. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, Wall Street Journal. You don't understand why these kids are buying less games. You don't. It's not just economic woes, okay? Honestly, video games are one of the cheapest forms of entertainment, dollar to hour of entertainment out there, right? You buy a $60 game, you can milk that mother for a lot of entertainment. That's not why. I'll tell you why. It's just not a lot of good stuff out there right now. the gaming industry is in kind of a drought, right? Like, what was the last game, Jay, that you were really, and I mean super hype about?
Super hyped about or like super obsessed with?
Hyped about. You're like, man, I'm buying that day one. I want to take a day off work. Let's go. I'm not waiting for it to go on Steam sale. I'm not waiting till somebody recommends it to me before I become obsessed with it after I start playing. No, this game is coming and I want to jump over the moon to play it right now.
Cyberpunk.
And let's see here. What year did
Cyberpunk,
Cyberpunk?
I legit built a gaming PC.
Yeah. And when did that game come out? I could tell you 5 years ago.
5 years ago, okay.
5 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Some in the YouTube chats ask if IGN other periodicals are still relevant. Somewhat. I would say they're still somewhat relevant. I still get a lot of good rundown stuff from them, so I'll give IGN credit. I'll be honest. The hype's just not there right now. We occasionally get like a brief cultural moment, like with Helldivers.
Yeah,
right?
that was good.
Where everybody kind of jumps into Helldivers for a little while, and then it goes away, right? But honestly, what's everybody excited about?
See, I'm not entirely sure if that's it. I think we are just like massively overstimulated.
Could be.
And I say that because I remember when I was younger playing console games, I mean, I would sit there and put in probably 100 hours for fucking games that I might not even buy today. And I think there's just so much content 24/7 of new game, new game, new game. This is on sale. This is on sale. This is on sale. Like, I legit have like, a Steam library of games, 200 games,
Mhm.
probably 50% I've never played. Completing a game is like impossible now. And I could
Hard.
say like, oh, well, I'm an adult now, right? Like I have a job, like I have responsibilities. But I don't think that's it. I think I go to work and I look at the 1,000 unread emails I have, and I'm in like 5 or 6 like family group chats on social media. No offense, guys. Um, Text chats, insert whatever other social media BS. By the time I get home, like I kind of want to like unplug from the matrix for a little bit. Like it's just too much. Like everything is always new all the time.
And yeah, absolutely. And again, I think it's younger people are playing less games. People our age are more picky about the games they play and the ones they invest time into. I can tell you in the last year and a half, there's probably 4 games I've invested more than a few hours into. Right? Um, and it's hard to grab me these days. Again, so the sales numbers, I mean, again, 25% year over year drop in 18 to 29-year-olds, right? Which is a big part of their market, right? Means I would not be shocked if Microsoft and other gaming companies are having some really hard financial times right now, right? So these kind of layoffs, again, very, very sad, but not surprising to me at all. And again, I think that Microsoft specifically, when it comes to Xbox, they've kind of lost their way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they had some clear direction in the Xbox, the 360. The Xbox One was a absolute misstep. It was an absolute misfire during that console generation. They knew it. They did it from the jump. They screwed it up at the gate. And honestly, I don't know if Xbox ever recovered from the absolute debacle that was the Xbox One's launch.
Mm.
Right? That thing went down in gaming history as one of the absolute worst console launches you could do. Right? Connect is necessary. You have to have it for the full experience for Xbox One. You can't sell Xbox One without Connect. A year later, yeah, we'll start selling Xbox Ones without Connect. We're sorry. Right? You can't lend games anymore. Everything's DRM locked. And then PlayStation comes out with a commercial the next day. The next day at E3 showing full freaking loanability of their games, right? Like they bungled that launch so much. And again, I don't think they've ever really recovered. Not fully. You know. It sucks that all these people are losing their jobs. 9,000 people, but they've got to find a way out of this.
Yeah.
Jay's just over here silent, shaking his head.
Like I don't know. I think the whole system is broken. I think back in the day, you had game developers that like legit were nerds that loved playing video games, that loved making video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that nowadays, like, oh, nowadays the kids don't care. I'm not saying that. But now I've seen this like mindset of when you have a startup, your number one goal is to get big enough to be bought out. Period.
And that's we went right down that road. I'm going to put a pin in that particular topic for just a second, because I may start a new topic on this. The crappy thing is that the system used to work really, really well, right? Is that game developers would make games, and then game publishers and gaming companies would pay them for the games that they made, and then start over again, right? And I think we see this again where corporate consolidation is just bad. Corporate consolidation is not a good thing, right? And every time it happens, everybody loses. Somebody in the YouTube chat is making a joke, and it's a classic Seattle joke, and I'm gonna talk about this, right? So back in the day, Seattle has always been a company town, right? It's always been a company town. And back in the day, there was a billboard when we thought Boeing was going to blow up, right? And lose, leave town for good, right? And so consequently, somebody put up this billboard with the last person leaving Seattle, please turn out the lights. So we thought Boeing's going to leave and Seattle was going to die, right? So somebody in the YouTube chat said, well, the last person leaving Redmond shut the server down. I don't think it's to that point. Microsoft as a company is doing fine. Okay? Microsoft's doing great. $245 billion in revenue last year, $109 billion in operating income, up 24%. Microsoft is doing fine. Corporate consolidation is bad because when people are managing individual department P&Ls, they're going to cut to make their bonus. Right? That's how this shit works. Okay? Corporate consolidation is bad. Right? It just is. It always has been. Okay? It sucks. It really, really sucks. And what happens is people lose their jobs. It's bullshit. Anyway, that was a fun topic to open the evening with, Jay.
Yeah, I wanted something light,
Something
something that
fun.
would just like, a fun topic. Yeah, just kind of bring everyone out of
all right.
depression.